You stopped trying to understand them, and that is when you found your peace. You kept replying, you kept replaying the same conversations in your head, trying to make sense of what did not add up. The way they spoke didn't match what they did, and you felt it every time, even when you tried to ignore it. You asked yourself if you were overthinking, if maybe you just needed to be more patient. But something about it stayed with you, and it never fully settled. You gave it time because you believed clarity would come. You stayed open, you listened, and you tried to understand their side. Even when things felt off, you kept looking for reasons that would make everything make sense. That effort came from a good place, but it kept you in a cycle that did not change. The more you tried to understand, the more confused you became. You would get small answers that did not explain anything fully. You would notice patterns, but you would still give them the benefit of the doubt. It made you question yourself instead of questioning what was happening in front of you. At some point, something in you shifted. You became tired of trying to solve something that was not being explained honestly. You realized that no matter how much you thought about it, the situation remained the same. That awareness did not come from one moment. It built over time until you could no longer ignore it. You you stopped trying to understand them in the same way. You stopped asking questions that you stopped asking questions that led nowhere. You stopped going over every details in your mind. You stopped reaching for answers in someone who was not giving them clarity. That decision felt quiet, but it changed how you experienced everything. At first, it felt unfamiliar. You were used to trying, used to analyzing, used to making sense of things. Without that, there was a space you did not recognize. But in that space, something different started to happen. You began to feel lighter, even if you didn't fully understand why. That is where peace started to show up. It did not come from them changing, it came from you stepping back. It came from you no longer forcing yourself to understand something that did not make sense. That removed the pressure you had been carrying without realizing it. They may not understand that shift. They may notice that you are not asking the same questions or reacting the same way or acting the same way. They may feel that you are more distant, even though you are simply more at peace. That difference can feel confusing to them because it is not what they expected. But for you, it is easier. You are no longer trying to figure out, you are no longer trying to figure them out. You are no longer searching for clarity in a place where it was not being given. You have accepted what you needed to accept, and that has changed how you moved. You stopped trying to understand them, And in doing that, you finally gave yourself the peace you worked for.